Exercise is not something that I've always done. You see, I didn't start exercising in my own time really until like December of last year. Sure, I've played football for several years since I was maybe 8 or 9. I think I started playing when I was 9, but I've never regularly exercised in my own time apart from this year. So I started running in the summer last year to try and maintain fitness for the football season because I noticed at the start of the season beforehand that I was quite unfit after the summer and not really exercising over that period. So I started running to make it easier when I eventually did come back to playing football the next season. After the football season started up again, I struggled to remain consistent with running. I sort of lost the desire to run because football season was back. And the thing is, I never really enjoyed running. It's only when I started going to the gym earlier this year, like midway through the year, that I was able to find some actual consistency in exercising. I genuinely don't think I've missed a day that I've been meaning to go to the gym. I have rest days, which I have designated every week. But on those rest days, I do cardio, which I have also managed to get down consistently, but which I'll talk about later. But it's only been since I've started doing something that I actually want to do that I've managed to stay consistent. It's because I was motivated to lift weights. I've always been on the skinnier side of physique. I was always called skinny throughout, ever since I can remember, throughout my childhood. So I had a motivation there. I wanted to fill out that skinny frame. I didn't want to be called the skinny kid anymore. So that motivated me. It fueled me to continue to go. And when I started to see muscles start to go on, it motivated me even more. I was finally filling out that skinny frame that I'd known my entire life. All of this is because I had a powerful motive. I had a reason that I wanted to work out. I didn't want to be skinny anymore. It doesn't have to be complex. It's just a simple reason that can motivate you beyond anything. You need something that can motivate you to do your exercise even when you don't feel like it. Something that you'll remember that will hopefully allow you to be disciplined when you don't want to exercise. Of course, I want an attractive body. Of course, I want to be able to attract a woman into my life who is of the quality that I desire. Anyone that works out regularly and denies this fact that they want to look attractive, that they're just doing it for themselves, it's not true. Everyone wants to look good in the mirror, and by extension look good to the opposite sex or whatever sex you're trying to appeal to. So just saying that you're doing it for yourself is just a complete lie. I'm sorry, but I'm getting on a tangent here. But that's just a reason for everyone. It's a biological reason. We want to look attractive. So find a reason that motivates you deeply, that motivates you even when you don't want to do it. Often, not very often for me, I find that going to the gym is something I actually enjoy, but there has been a couple sessions where I haven't wanted to go, and I've had to call on my motive. I've had to call on the reason for me working out to actually go and do it, and I have felt better afterwards. I've had to call on that reason of not wanting to be skinny anymore. So find that reason that motivates you all the time, that can take you when you're not feeling like working out and make you to go and do it anyway, because you know that that is what is best for you. Find something that you actually enjoy doing. Sure, you may want to get the shape and physique of a weightlifter, but potentially that isn't what you enjoy. It's not worth doing it if you don't enjoy it. If you're not going to enjoy working out ever and you're just going to be miserable the entire time, you should probably do something else. There are so many types of exercise out there. You can do calisthenics, you can do cardio, running, swimming, you can do team sports, solo sports, athletics. There are so many different ways to stay healthy and in shape. So it's not the end of the world if you don't want to do weightlifting. I know that's the most popular one out there, and I know that almost everyone I know enjoys weightlifting, enjoys the feeling of lifting heavy things. But for some people, it won't be the same. I know people that don't really lift weights, but they absolutely love running, so they do that instead. It's not worth being completely miserable when you can do something you actually love. So find the type of exercise that you enjoy doing and throw everything at it. Make that your thing. Because when you fall in love with your exercise, it becomes a part of you. So find the thing that you enjoy doing. Find the exercise you enjoy. Because there's plenty of them out there. It doesn't have to be weightlifting, running, or calisthenics. It can be anything. On a side note, you should give everything a fair chance, because you could end up not doing something that you would otherwise love if you don't. You're probably not going to enjoy your first session in the gym unless you're heavily motivated and you have a reason to do it. But you probably won't enjoy your first session. So don't be afraid to give exercises chances. Just start at the gym by showing up and doing things. And if you don't enjoy it the first time round, give it another go. You might still actually enjoy it, you just haven't figured out what to do yet. And that moves me on to my next point. Start slowly. Don't expect to be able to walk into the gym and bench press 60 kilograms on the first day, or go for a run and run 10Ks on your first day. No, those are difficult things to do. Instead, start slowly. If you're going to the gym for the first time, start by familiarizing yourself with the machines. Learn how the machines move, what muscles they activate, and how to do them properly. Then, once you've familiarized yourself with the machines, the next day you can go and do free weights. Work on your basic free weight exercises such as bench press, shoulder press, lat raises, split squats, skull crushers, all the regular free weight exercises, all the common ones. Familiarize yourself with the movements and the form. Then once you've figured out the free weights and the machines, you can incorporate things into a routine. I'd recommend push-pull legs for beginners. Basically, you split your muscle groups into 3 separate days. One is for pushing muscles, so your chest, your shoulders, your triceps, the muscles that are involved in pushing things. Then your pull days, your biceps, your back, and I like to include forearms in there because I got skinny forearms that I'm trying to make bigger, so I incorporate forearms into that day specifically. And then your leg day is a designated day because your legs are a big muscle group, so they need their own day. So if you're a beginner, I would recommend push pull legs. Try and incorporate a routine that includes workouts for each of these categories. Once you got a schedule, you just got to master the act of showing up. Each and every single day that you have scheduled to work out, show up. If you're able to show up consistently to the gym, even if it's only for a short amount of time, you're gonna start to change that self image that you have. Your self image is gonna change into that of a person that works out. When your self image changes into that of a person who regularly lifts weights, it becomes a part of you. This means that when you lift weights, you are doing what a person who lifts weights does. This means that you are a person that lifts weights. So when you go to the gym, it's just a part of who you are because you lift weights. You're a person who enjoys lifting weights. And because that has become part of your self-image, is just doing what your brain knows is what you are. It's become a habit. And it's at this point where it's become a habit that it becomes far easier for us. Because we don't need as much motivation to go work out now, because it's just something we do. It's part of who we are. No one's saying you have to go work out for 2 hours every day. You just have to master the art of showing up. And I promise you, eventually that habit forms and it becomes part of who you are. So don't go in with expectations of being able to do difficult things right away, such as bench pressing 60 kilograms. No, you go in and start small. Just master showing up. Because that's exactly what a person who lifts weights would do. And that's what you are desiring to become if you're going to the gym regularly. If you're finding it difficult to be motivated to work out at the start before it's become a habit, I find something that helps is working out or exercising with someone you respect or love. For me, I struggled with running. Running is something that I don't particularly love. It's not the same to me as weightlifting. But I have a couple friends that really love running, and there's a running club at my school that happens 2 days a week in the morning before school. Since I'm able to get to school early in the morning because I live so close, I decided that I'd show up one morning. That one decision has led to me being able to consistently show up every single morning that it's on. That one simple decision has taken something that was difficult for me to show up for in the past and made it so that I can consistently just show up. I now have basically no problems with running on my rest days. Since I weightlift 5 days a week, I have 2 rest days, and on those rest days I make it so that I run. I've made it so that my rest days are on the days of this running club that I have at school. And this means that on those mornings, I can get my run out of the way straight away. At the beginning of the day, it's already done. The reason this has worked for me is because it means I can run with friends. When you work out or exercise with people that you respect and love, you're able to enjoy it more. Because it's just enjoyable to do things with your friends anyway. And when you exercise, it becomes a good thing for both of you to do. And it becomes something that you can sort of bond over. Now that I run in this running club in the morning, I've not only spent time with my friends, I've built friendships with other people and gotten closer with others because I've done this thing in the morning. I've worked out and exercised. When you work out and exercise in the mornings and these people are waking up really early to come and exercise, you realize that all of you are sort of together in this. All of you are waking up at 6 or 6:30 in the morning to come to this running And it builds respect for each other. You're all doing a hard thing, and it makes you respect each other even more. And it makes it quite easy to build relationships because of it. So try and work out with friends and people you respect, because it can be highly motivating and it means they'll hold you accountable. I know that if I miss a running club, I'm gonna get stick the fork at. I'm gonna get poked fun at. And this is a good thing in this situation because it encourages me to run even when I don't want to. It encourages me to go out and run when it's cold outside and the sun hasn't even risen. And that is a beautiful thing. That allows me to stay consistent. Accountability keeps you consistent. Don't say you have no one you can work out with. I know some of you may not have several friends, but I'm sure there is a way that you can exercise with someone you know. Try and figure that out. But also, the thing with this is that you may also fall into the trap of not being able to exercise without a friend. So make sure that you also do sessions by yourself, because then you're able to not have to rely on this friend to go and exercise. You're able to do it by yourself anyway. So don't get too reliant on friends to exercise with, because if I had have done that in the gym, I might not have been able to get so consistent with it. Sure, I still work out with people I know occasionally because I go to a gym that's close to my school and I go after school. So there's people in there that I see sometimes at school and I know well-ish. So sometimes I work out with friends. But most of the time I try and keep to myself in the gym so that I can focus on working out and focus on enjoying the workout by myself without any other people there, knowing that I am truly a person that enjoys working out. I hope this video helped you if you're struggling to get into exercise and struggling with consistency in exercise, because exercise is very important and it's a fun thing for us to do. If we do it long enough and it becomes a habit, it becomes something that is fun and enjoyable for us to do. And I wish that you will come to enjoy this thing that is seen as hard, but it becomes easy when it becomes a habit. I love you all. Now stop consuming and go create.